Alright, welcome to Imaginables Sunday Night Live. But in the meantime, enjoy this great live version of our theme. There we go. That won't happen again. Alright, I'm going to jump into it. Neil Hess is doing daddy duties again, so this is me solo for tonight. But we've missed a couple of Sunday Night Lives, so I wanted to give you something to chew on. Let's watch a video, shall we?
U.S. court ruling on religious freedoms has enabled devil worshippers in Florida to hand out educational material about their beliefs to kids at state schools. Rita Portnaya has this report.
Public education in America often uses coloring books to teach young Americans about math, science, and current events. This year, a new book filled with games and lessons about Satanism could be distributed to students attending public school in Florida's Orange County. The 10-page Satanic Children's Big Book of Activities features characters named Annabelle and Damien who demonstrate rituals to explain Satanism. This expanding wealth of information America's young minds was made possible after a Florida judge last month ruled that if the Orange County School District allowed Christian groups to disseminate Bibles and other materials in its schools, then other religious and atheist groups should be given the same right to distribute their material. And followers of the Antichrist seized on the decision to treat all faiths equally. A spokesman for the Satanic Temple tells Raw Story that, quote, if a public school board is going to allow religious pamphlets and full Bibles to be distributed to students, as is the case in Orange County, Florida, we think the responsible thing to do is to ensure that these students are given access to a variety of different religious opinions, as opposed to standing idly by while one religious voice dominates the discourse and delivers propaganda to youth, unquote. In a ruling that was aimed at maintaining religious neutrality, students who may never have intended to learn about Christianity, atheism, or Satanism will now receive an introduction to all three. Marina Portnaya, RT.
Okay, so that's the story. That's not exactly a new story. That's been going on for a while. So the Church of Satan, which is what this is referring to, it was founded by Anton LaVey in 1966. Now, Anton LaVey started as a carnival showsman. He kind of grew up in the circus life, traveling carnivals and so forth. And he there learned the art of showmanship, carnival style. And so he had his issues with Christianity, and he decided to become the ultimate troll of Christianity. And that's what the Church of Satan is. They just troll Christianity. They don't actually believe in God or Satan or any of that stuff. They just use satanic symbolism to irritate Christians, essentially. This was partially the responsibility for the so-called satanic panic in the 1980s. And so the reason that they're pulling this stunt with the public school system is that they don't want Christian literature, specifically the Bible, to be distributed in the schools, so they're carrying it to its logical end by saying, hey, we're the Church of Satan, we should be able to put satanic literature in schools, you know, just to upset Christians and force them to deal with the logical consequence of allowing free distribution of any kind of religious literature in school is that, hey, they're going to have to deal with literature that's not Christian in nature. Now, I personally am fully for the representation of various religions in the public school. I'm not saying that Christianity should have the monopoly on schools, despite the fact that I'm a Christian. Honestly, as a Christian, I think that the more education students get on world religions, the more Christianity is going to be the standout religion. It's going to stand apart from the others. So this is not in any way a threat in my mind. I don't think that teachers are going to be trying to indoctrinate students into the school of Satan or the Church of Satan. And I don't think that parents are going to allow that to happen either. If a child comes home with a Bible and the parents aren't Christians, they're probably just going to do away with the Bible. If a child comes home with a satanic coloring book and the parents don't appreciate that material, they're probably going to do away with it. Freedom of religion also involves freedom to discern between religions. It's a free country. You can choose to read or not read what you want, and you can choose to introduce your children to and not introduce your children to anything else. I don't see any comments coming in from Facebook, and that was essentially all I had to show for tonight. So, of course, this will go out as a live podcast, an extremely short podcast. Sorry, not live. It'll go out as a podcast, and a fairly short one. But I welcome any response that you might have to this particular news item. And God bless, and keep on mentioning.